Hello, my dear friends. So, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So, today in this video, let's try to understand planet Jupiter placement in the fifth house of your Vedic astrological birth chart. What will happen when planet Jupiter comes and sits in your fifth house? Also, I'm going to cover up the special aspects of Jupiter because Jupiter is going to aspect 5 places away, 7 places away, and 9 places away. So what are the overall impact of this placement that you are going to experience in your life? Let's try to understand. See, on one hand, if I talk about regarding planet Jupiter, Jupiter is a planet which signifies growth and expansion. It is a karka of expansion. In whichever house this Jupiter is going to be set, so it is going to expand the karak tattva, significance of that house in your life. Also, Jupiter represents all the adhyatmic knowledge. Knowledge means gyan, any kind of a knowledge related to the field of Vedic astrology, numerology, palmistry, Vedang, Jyotish Shastra, Vedas. Everything is somewhat governed by this planet. Also, Jupiter is a planet which signifies optimism. Suppose at some point in your life you tend to become a lot of negative, like you stuck into some kind of a negative situation. So this is the planet which is going to give you hope to come out of that negative situation towards some kind of optimistic or positive end. So that is also very, very important aspect of your life. Also, it is a Jeev Karka. All the living organisms, living creatures, study into the field of medical sciences. This thing is purely governed by Jupiter. And especially if you are a woman, then the kind of husband which you are going to get in your life, that thing is somewhat connected with planet Jupiter. Because it is a Suhag Karka. Suhag Karak means the planet which is responsible for the kind of husband which you are going to get in your life. Because this represents the whether the husband is having very high morals, low morals, or what are the kind of characteristics that is present inside your husband. So that is quite a very, very important planet in Vedic astrology. Because here in Jyotish Shastra, 80% of the results, especially in a woman chart, it is purely governed by Jupiter. If you are having Jupiter well posited, well dignified in your chart, it means all the aspects of your life, whether it is a family, happiness from your in-laws, satisfaction after marriage, childbirth, everything is this Jupiter is going to bless you. And on the other hand, the fifth house in Vedic astrology, it is the house which signifies your buddhi, intelligence, or the kind of intellectual abilities that you are having inside you. Fifth house, it is the house of your Purva Punya Bhava, past life deeds which you have performed, and in this life you are going to get the results from that deeds. So that is why it is very, very important house. Also, it is a Lakshmi Sthana. Lakshmi means the goddess of wealth. And fifth house, it is the house of your children, upbringing. Childbirth is connected with the fifth house. So that is why it is known as the Lakshmi Sthana, because children, it is a form of Lakshmi. Children are the form of the real wealth. If you are having your children that are present with you, it means you are fully blessed. So it is a house which represents the blessings of your children as well. Also, fifth house, it is the house of your education as well. The bachelor's degree which you are going to take in your life, that thing is connected with fifth house. Even all the mantra sadhanas, doing any kind of a creation, like suppose you are creating something new, any new idea which you are having in your mind, so that idea generation is connected with the fifth house. So it is a very, very important house in Jyotish Shastra. So whenever planet Jupiter comes and sits in your fifth house, first of all, it is a very excellent amount of placement. Because here Jupiter is going to give you all the necessary items to live or sustain in this present day and age. First of all, it is going to bless you with the good amount of education as well. And secondly, this is a very wise kind of planet. And fifth house, it is the house of your intelligence as well. So here Jupiter is also going to bless you with lot of intellectual abilities as well. You have the ability to analyze each and every aspect of the life before making any kind of a positive decision. So in that way, it is going to help you to grow in your life. It is going to help you to grow mentally as well as physically as well. Also, this Jupiter is very helpful in forming a positive character. Or this is the Jupiter where suppose some other person they stuck into the some field of a negativity. So with the influence of the fifth house Jupiter, especially you individuals, you can easily help and guide individuals to show the path, to show them the pathway, that this is the correct pathway and you have to move into this direction. Because that is the blessings of Jupiter. If you are having some kind of a knowledge that is present inside you, that knowledge is not only connected with this present birth. It means some of the knowledge of your past life, the kind of good deeds which you have performed into the previous life, that deeds are also coming into this present birth. So Jupiter is help you in manifesting all that kind of deeds, good deeds which you have performed. So that is the manifestation of the Jupiter, because it is the higher ninth house. If you look from the ninth house, the Bhavat Bhavam of ninth to ninth, that is the fifth house. So that is your higher bhagya, higher fortune, like how fortunate you are. So here the blessings of the forefathers and ancestors, that thing is purely connected with this Jupiter. Especially we must look into the sign placement of the Jupiter as well, because if the Jupiter is debilitated, then the whole scenario or whole picture is going to change. But if this Jupiter in its own sign exalted, or even like, let me tell you, if Jupiter is posited in the sign of Venus, that is Taurus and Libra, still this Jupiter has the greater amount of abilities to bless you with the financial knowledge as well, financial understandings. Because with its seventh aspect, it is directly aspecting your 11th house of incoming gains as well. So here the Jupiter is going to bless you with the knowledge, gyan of money as well. What is the importance of wealth perspective in my life? Also, it is going to, the aspect of the Jupiter, it is going to expand the 11th house characteristics. So that is the house of your incoming gains. So Jupiter's aspect on the 11th house, it means incoming gains are going to expand in your life. Also the professional network circle, that thing is also going to expand in your life. I'm not saying that Jupiter is going to bless you with lot of money, wealth, or ultra luxurious kind of items, but this Jupiter is going to give you the necessary items or the necessary money and wealth in order to sustain in this present day and age, which is a very, very important thing. Because here, especially if I talk about regarding your profession as well, suppose you work into some kind of a team kind of a setting. So fifth house, it is the house of your subordinates as well. The kind of subordinates which you get in your life, and with the help of the subordinates, you tend to rise in your life. So here, this Jupiter is a very excellent. You tend to receive a very good subordinates as well. Suppose sometime you feel very stuck into some kind of a career situation. So this Jupiter is going to help you always. You can find the help from any corner of the world, because it is directly aspecting your Bhagyasthan, that is the house of fortune, ninth house. So it means the luck is going to favor you in your career environment as well. Because especially I have seen lot of individuals that are into very strong positions who are having Jupiter placement in the fifth house. And also like they are not very wealthy or very rich, but the kind of knowledge and wisdom which they are having, that is way beyond some people imagination. And you understand the importance of knowledge. If some person is having knowledge, he or she can utilize that knowledge whether for the betterment of others or towards some destruction and as well. Because no one can fight with this Jupiter. Here the Jupiter is going to defeat its enemies with its knowledge. Jupiter is not going to fight like a Mars, okay, I am very angry at you, I'm going to kill you. No. Jupiter is going to teach the wisdom and knowledge. So by teaching the other people wisdom and knowledge, Jupiter is going to kill all the other enemies of the life as well. Because with this Jupiter, you have to be very, very careful. If any of your friend circle is having this kind of a placement, that person is always be getting some kind of a favor from, I told you, unexpected source as well. Because this is the pure blessings. Whether it is debilitated, blessings are going to be present over there. But the debilitated Jupiter is not very good or very favorable for the childbirth as well. So for that, we need to check other planetary alignment as well. But that thing is not going to very good for the childbirth. And especially if this Jupiter is very well dignified, even in the animical sign if it is. This is a Jupiter which is going to give you childbirth as well. Like you have your own family, you understand the family values as well. And here Jupiter is going to instill lot of wisdom, knowledge and gyan into your upbringing as well. So in that way, they are also going to be very benefited by this placement. Because this Jupiter, it is a very, no, I will not say very spiritual, but in a way, like they are the individuals who are having very high morals. They know the importance of the family values. They know the importance of spirituality as well. How much money is important, how much knowledge is important. So here Jupiter is going to help you to find all that things as well. Also, as it is aspecting your ninth house, it is the house of some distant traveling as well. And at the same time, with its ninth aspect, it is aspecting your ascendant. That is your physical self. So especially in the Jupiter Antardasha, or the transit of the Jupiter through the ninth house, it may trigger some kind of foreign travel or the event of traveling in your life as well. Because ninth house and the first house, both houses are involved. Ninth house, it represents some foreign traveling, and first house, it is your physical self. So during its, especially the transit part, or during the Antardasha of the Jupiter, there are highly likely chances that you are going to trigger that some kind of a foreign journeys as well, maybe for some work purpose or some other purpose, but the Jupiter is going to take you into that field as well. Also, its aspect directly upon your ascendant. It means it is also expanding your horizon as well. It is expanding your Dhi Shakti. Dhi Shakti means the pure intelligence which is present inside you. So in that way, it is going to help you to build a very strong character as well. If you are a woman, if you are having this kind of a placement, you are very fortunate woman, let me tell you. Because Jupiter placement in the fifth house, it means the blessings of the Lord Vishnu is purely connected with this Jupiter. Because I have seen in many of the charts, Jupiter placement in the fifth house or connection with the fifth house, their Bhagya Uday or rise of luck is seen after marriage. As soon as they get married, their whole life is going to change upside down. Suppose before marriage they are living into some very poor kind of environment, but as soon as they get married, whole life is going to change, because then this Jupiter is going to activate your ascendant and 11th house. So with the professional friend circle of your spouse or life partner, you are going to receive a lot of help as well. So that is why it is a very, very powerful and very auspicious Jupiter in your chart. Even especially all the ancient hymns that are formulated, all the mantras, all the yajnas, dealing with any kind of a spirituality, puja, yagna, these all things, here Jupiter is having the proper knowledge and gyan. What is the importance of this thing, that thing? And let me tell you, intuition wise, if you are an astrologer having this placement, this Jupiter is going to make you very sound in your own predictions as well. Because Jupiter have the ability to look far beyond some people imagination. So that is why it is very, very important placement in your chart. I hope you like the analysis of Jupiter placement. If you have any queries regarding your Jupiter placement, or if you want to ask me any other question related to your marriage, career consultation, or any other business or money consultation, do let me know, guys. I will respond you back within 48 hours after receiving your email. So till then, please subscribe my channel below. And make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, where I post lot of motivational stuff as well. So till then, please take care of yourself, and I will meet you very, very soon in the next video. Bye-bye and take care.